Mitt Romney ran into his running mate here, Paul Ryan, and essentially told Ryan, "Thanks for setting such a high bar for my speech." Ryan brought the delegates to their feet last night with a sharp critique of the president's economic record.
It began with a housing crisis they alone didn't cause. It ends with a housing crisis they didn't correct. It began with a perfect AAA credit rating for the United States. It ends with a downgraded America.
We had a chance to talk to Congressman Ryan today about several points that he made last night, but one thing that caught our ear was the point that he made about that credit downgrade last year that was the result of partisan deadlock among many players in Washington. Final point on the speech last night, you also suggested that it was the president's fault that the nation's credit rating was downgraded.
Yeah.
But when Standard & Poor's issued that credit rating downgrade, it said that it was the Republican Congress.
That's not true. That's not correct. Standard & Poor's also said...
I can read the quote.
I've met with the team. I know the Standard & Poor's team. What they said was if our Republican budget would have passed, it would have prevented the downgrade. They basically said because of the lack of leadership in Washington, political leadership, that's the downgrade. I would argue strenuously comes from the fact that the Senate didn't pass a budget for 3 years and the president didn't bother trying to put a solution on the table to get us to avoiding a debt crisis while the House passed our reforms.
For the record, what Standard & Poor's said was, quote, "We have changed our assumptions on this because the majority of Republicans in Congress continue to resist any measure that would raise revenues." They're saying that you refuse to raise taxes, and they downgraded the American government
I see
debt.
it a different way. That's not my understanding from talking to them.
You haven't been able to get your budget out of the Congress and to the White House. What would be different in an administration?
We need to have a Senate that's willing to pass a budget along with the House, and then a president that's willing to make tough decisions and willing to lead. That's what Mitt Romney's all about.
Willing to compromise.
Willing to compromise and willing to lead. Put ideas on the table. Offer your ideas. Don't wait for other people to offer theirs, then attack them. That's what President Obama has done. That's leading from behind, I suppose. What Mitt Romney has done is he's put out solutions already. Mitt Romney has said, here's how I think we ought to tackle this problem. Here are my ideas. That's how you get the dialogue going. President Obama never offered solutions, waited for us to offer ours, and then demagogues and attacks. And that, to me, is fundamentally the antithesis of what a president should be doing as a leader of this country.
The president would say the same thing about the Republicans.
No.
He would say, I'm willing to compromise. They won't talk to me.
I haven't spoken to President Obama since last summer. I'm the chairman of the Budget Committee. We don't just he calls us and has us come meet with him. He doesn't talk to us. That's the kind of leader he has become.
CBS News will bring you live coverage of Governor Romney's acceptance speech tonight at 10 Eastern Time. That is 7 in the West.